On September 18th, 2018, a high-speed chase took place between a police vehicle and another vehicle in Sedro-Woolley, Washington. The driver in the other vehicle took off on foot, but was only found the next day after a tip-off was received. Riley Simmons was arrested and brought in for questioning.
Audio video recorded similar as the back of the patrol car out in the field and where you read your Miranda rights and everything. Before I'm going to talk to you about what's going to happen, what we're going to do, we got to go through this, okay? So, can I get your first name?
Riley.
R-I-L-E-Y?
Yep.
Middle? Last name?
Simmons.
Yes.
S-I-M-M-O-N-S.
And your date of birth?
96.
Let me see today's date.
Is it the 19th? Is it the 19th?
Yeah, I think it is. Let me see. 9/19/2018. The time is now 11:06. Oh, I gotta get one other thing before we start. So just sit tight here for a second. Okay, so I am Detective J. Hannawalt. It's a statement being recorded at Sedro-Woolley PD. There are two persons in the room. For the purpose of voice identification, with a person identify himself. So can I get your full name?
Riley.
Okay. Your full
Riley Michael
Christian name?
Simmons.
Yeah, Riley.
Michael Simmons.
Okay. Okay. So, Riley, do you understand this statement's being recorded?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your current address?
Street.
Okay. How long have you been living there?
For a couple of years, I think.
Okay. What's your home telephone number?
360. This is just my girlfriend's cell phone.
Okay.
Yep.
And do you have a cell phone yourself?
Yeah.
And what's that phone number?
360.
Okay. And where is it you worked again?
Alert. A-L-R-T.
A-L-R-T?
Yeah, I don't know why it's spelled like that, but that's how it is.
And is it
Court?
Court, okay. And once again, your date of birth?
96.
Okay, these are just like what we set out in the field concerning your rights.
You mean out?
Huh?
And then when you say field, you mean
Out by the car.
Okay.
We call that the field. This is the office. That's technical terms.
Yeah.
Sometimes I call this place the shop.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, or you have the right this time to an attorney. Anything you say will be used against you in a court of law. If you're under the age of 18, anything you say can be used against you in a juvenile court prosecution for a juvenile offense. It can also be used against you in an adult criminal prosecution if the juvenile court decides that you would be tried as an adult. But you're 21, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the right to talk to an attorney before answering questions. You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. You can exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Do you understand each of these rights if I explain them to you? Riley?
Sorry, I'm super tired.
Oh, okay. But do you understand the rights?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, I mean, these rights mine. Do you wish to talk to me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Could I get your signature right there? When's the last time you got some sleep?
Just when last night I slept for a little bit and then I fell asleep in the car.
Okay. So you're just tired now?
Yeah.
Okay, for the record, Riley Simmons has acknowledged understanding and has waived his constitutional rights and has affixed his signature. So, let me see.
After this, do I go to Mount Vernon?
We might have to do a few other things before we go there, okay? I just wanted to let you know I'm Detective Hannibal. I don't know if we've met before. We may have. I was patrol for a while.
I don't know.
I don't think
I've heard about you.
Yeah. You heard about me?
From Bob, 3D.
Oh, Bob and I know each other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you say good things or bad things?
Just that you're honest asshole.
Come on. All I do is look for the truth on these matters. All I want to do is find the facts and where they lay. Okay? So what we were talking about in the car over in the field, behind 508, and everything that you had told me up to that point, those statements don't add up to the other statements and physical evidence that we're going to be getting. Okay? I want to give you an opportunity because I'm not one to, if somebody doesn't tell me the truth, I don't hold it against them if they want to actually tell me the truth, especially when I bring everything out in front of them, okay? Especially when it concerns family members like your mother, your grandfather. How long have you known Nia?
For a couple of years.
Right. She's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And remember she said she wrote a statement? You already say that, right?
Yeah, what should we say?
Okay. She wrote it under penalty of perjury, okay? And I was explaining to her about false statements. False statements can, if they deal with shoplifting or false statements for a speeding ticket, we don't bother with that. And for the most part, I don't take it personally. I understand people are under pressure and at the spur of the moment might say something and wasn't true.
Yeah.
So I can tell you on one hand the amount of times I've charged false statements, but I do charge it. Number one, it's always been with a felony. Number two, it's always been somebody who I've definitively figured out that they made false statements. I don't think you want to put any of your loved ones in those kind of positions, do you? Especially not Nia, right? Okay. So, here's the thing. Everything that you already told me kind of doesn't add up to what happened last night, where your whereabouts were, from the people I've already talked to this morning. Okay.
Who was talking this morning?
I talked to your grandfather.
What did he say?
But here's the thing. Let's just work on the truth for last night, okay? The truth always helps you out in the long run. Think about it when you have to ultimately have to go to court for a felony charge.
Yeah, I've never had a felony.
You never had a felony?
No. That's why I'm like, this is bullshit.
Okay.
I don't want to be a felon. I want to be allowed to come.
I know. And so, when you go to trial on a felony trial, like I said, everything's kind of elevated up there, especially with something as eluding, where it's in a high population area.
Yeah.
Right? When it's elevated up to that point, and then we have the remarks that you made, and then I have to show all the evidence that I have, right? A vehicle, statements from relatives, statements from girlfriends, right? Like I said, video, and I think this is just for a little bit later on. I don't know, we might be seizing your clothing because the clothing on the video is what we can really
That's
Sure.
fine.
Okay.
I'd like for you guys to do that because
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Okay. Other things is your phone. You were telling me that was your phone number, right?
Yeah.
Would that be your phone then?
Yep.
That looks like it.
I'll get that back, huh?
Huh?
I'll get it back.
Well, you get it back after we're adjudicated. You know, after everything's gone to trial. Might be even sooner if we've already extracted. Because what's going to happen is we're going to go send that off to the lab. And they
What about my car? Do I get that?
Yeah, after we do a search warrant on that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, here's what...
Okay.
Huh?
Hope it's okay.
Well, why wouldn't it be okay?
Because it was overheating a bit like the other day. So I was going to get a radiator for it.
Okay.
So I wasn't driving it.
That's what we're going to have. But you already told me where you were at yesterday, right? So where were you at again?
At my mom's.
The whole night?
Mm-hmm.
Your grandfather's already said something different.
I didn't see my grandfather yesterday.
How about Melissa?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to put your mother in a position of where you were when you were dropped off at the house?
Yeah. She knows when.
And what about Nia? You want to put this in a position of where she has to recant or be charged with false statements if she doesn't want to sit by what her letter that she signed under oath stated?
Yeah, well, what'd she say?
You'll find out about that. You know, we're gonna, like I said, everything's elevated in trial. Okay, if somebody like Nia is looking at false statements, they might want to actually go take the stand and tell the truth. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing with your grandfather. Same thing with your mother. To go on the stand and tell the truth. Okay. And when all of these things come together, along with the evidence of the shirt, whoever's last DNA was on the steering wheel, right? Because usually whoever's driving the car is the one with the hands all over it. And you're going to get a lot of DNA on the steering wheel. Nobody else has touched that steering wheel since. So we can do the hypotheses that the person might have been wearing gloves. Then that would be your DNA, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like a piece of evidence that shows, yes, the person could have been wearing gloves and a Tyvek suit.
Yeah.
In there. And like I said, the video, which I haven't seen yet or anything, I gotta check out what the shoes
can I
look
see
like.
it?
You'll be eventually able to see it. Like I said, we gotta log it into evidence, view that along with what your clothing is and when your time of arrest was, which was approximately what? Less than 12 hours afterwards, right? Your shoes, you'll have to wear probably just your socks and a Tyvek suit, okay? So that's what I'm trying to give you is a chance to, now you already know what you're going to be booked for in addition to your misdemeanors. Is this
For eluding?
For the eluding. Okay. And so, like I said, when we go to trial for all this, and you're there, and then you have all your relatives who are being put through this, who've already made statements to me on record of your whereabouts. Yeah. I don't know if you want to do that. And then it's up to a jury, and the jury's going to have to weigh our report, our physical evidence, and the remarks. Okay? And they'll probably have to weigh whether somebody was being truthful before with police or not being truthful afterwards with police, looking at false statements for that. That's going to be a whole different trial for her. As far as the meth bag in the front seat that was in
The Honda?
the Honda, The one in your pocket's pretty easy to figure out that's in your possession. We've already ruled that for law. If it's in your pocket, I've heard people, these aren't my pants. Are those your pants?
Yeah.
You put them on in the morning. Did somebody slip it into your pocket? That was yours. So the one in the front seat, you were in the back seat. Nia was driving. Is that going to be Nia's then?
I don't know whose it is, honestly. I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to say it's hers because I don't want to tell them, saying, you know what I mean? But I know it wasn't mine because I was in the back seat.
Okay.
I mean,
When was the last time you and Nia used?
I haven't used any drugs since August or something, I think, for a little while.
Okay.
It's been a little bit.
So that bag was in your pocket since August?
I don't know. These are old pants. That might have been, honestly, but I know that sounds like bullshit, but I swear.
Okay. So you were adamant that you were at your mom's after arriving home from work
At 3:30 or 4.
at 3:30 or 4, and you were at the house that entire time. And you were not in your Honda for the past 2.5 days.
Subaru.
Or Subaru, excuse me, Subaru. You haven't been in that Subaru for the past 2.5 days. The Subaru was last knowledge was parked at your grandfather's house. And you said it was parked in the shop?
In front of the shop.
In front of the shop. Well, which shop was it in the building?
The back.
The back?
Yeah.
What color is the shop?
I guess it's kind of blue, maybe kind of white.
Okay.
Kind of.
And you said how many keys were there to it?
There were 3.
3.
I don't know where the other 2 are.
You don't know where the other 2 are. When was the last time you saw the other 2 keys?
I seen one of them, because one of them was in the ignition, and then I had lost the third one. So I guess there was really only 2 that I had for sure. But the one was in the ignition.
Okay. When was the last time you had your phone?
My phone?
Yeah.
2 or 3 days ago. Because I had left it in my car. Because I had left it in my car.
So there's no text or anything from 2.5 days ago towards the point where we picked up the phone on the ground? No calls to anyone
Not
else?
that I know of, no. Not for me.
So whoever is in the car who called Nia wasn't you on the end of that phone.
No.
It was somebody else. And Nia was talking to somebody else, so she knows who was in the car.
Maybe, I don't know.
See, this is what we're getting at with the phone, right? So
Yeah.
you're saying you haven't used that phone for 2.5 days. And you haven't texted on it or called. There's no call history.
Not for me.
Not from you. And you had left it in the car.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say 2.5 days ago, you were able to tell me today is the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what day did you leave it at? Today's the 19th, and it's actually Wednesday morning. So what day did you leave it over?
Sunday.
Sunday. What time on Sunday?
3 or 4, kind of later in the day.
Later in the day. When you left it there, did you tell your grandpa you're leaving it there?
No.
Okay. Does your grandpa know that that's your car and does he recognize it? So
Yeah.
he wouldn't say, hey, somebody just left the car there?
Yeah, he knows it.
And when you were there on Sunday in the afternoon, about 4 o'clock, you're saying?
3 or 4,
3
so
or
I'm
4.
not really 100%.
When you were over there, who were you there with?
I was by myself.
By yourself? Who else was it on the property?
Nobody that I know of.
Nobody that you know of? You didn't meet Melissa or your grandfather, and you just left it. Why did you leave it there?
Because it's getting hot, and then if you run them hot all the time, that
Okay.
blows the head gasket eventually. It just isn't good for it.
And then how did you leave the property?
I just walked to my mom's across town.
You walked your mom's from Rhodes Road, and that's where the car was left at. What? Do you know what the address of your grandpa is?
No, it's on
Okay, but it's your grandfather. What's your grandfather's name?
Larry.
Larry Simmons. You left it at Larry Simmons' house on Rose Road, and you walked to your mom's house that Sunday.
Yes.
What'd you do Monday?
Went to work.
Went to work. What'd you do Tuesday?
Same thing, work.
Work. And you just went home to your mom's. When was the last time you saw Nia?
Last time I saw Nia? Besides,
This morning.
this morning? It's Monday, I think.
You saw her Monday? Okay. After work, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go to her house, or were you staying at her house? Were you living at her house?
No, I stayed the night there. Well, actually, I guess I stayed the night there Sunday night.
Okay.
So I guess, because I went to my mom's and then she came and picked me up and I stayed there Sunday night and woke up and I went back to my mom's and got picked up for work.
Okay. So you stayed there Sunday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about
Monday night, I was at home.
you were home? Tuesday night?
That was yesterday, I was at home.
You're home. And then this morning, you got picked up from home by Nia.
Yeah.
And went to Cockerham? Where's that road at again?
It's on, or I guess it's kind of between Lyman and Hamilton.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I know where that's at now. And what were you guys doing there?
Just went down to the river just to hang out because I didn't want to be in town because all the cops.
Okay. So, why do you think that they were looking for you?
Because that's what my mom had told me. She said the cops were looking for you. Because my aunt said it was on schedule breaking and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
And then they're listening to the scanner, I guess.
Okay. So, since Sunday at 4 o'clock until we picked this up, all the text messages on this phone and all the phone calls were made by somebody other than you. Is that what you're saying to me for that? And when Nia was talking then to the suspect, because I know Nia knows other people, right? Who else does she know that she hangs out with for guys?
I don't really know, honestly. Not really know, honestly.
You don't know?
No, usually it's just me and her.
Just you and her? She used to go out with Bob Frieda, didn't she? You know of anybody else that could have taken your car and drove it all the way around? No others?
No.
Okay, so other than your alibi with your mom's place, right? You don't have anything to offer in this investigation as far as how your car was the one that was running all over the place, was being used during that time for 2.5 days. Is that what you're saying?
2.5. I know I gave it 2.5 days, but it's not like the car was getting chased for 2.5 days. That's why it matters. So the phone. No, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
No, I'm just saying that if the phone was in the car and then you said you haven't seen the car since Sunday, and if there were phone calls being made to the phone from Sunday up until when the police picked up the phone, those were obviously not texts from you. Is that what you're telling me? That's what I want to try and...
Yes.
So you see how that doesn't add up?
Yeah.
You see how this is just like... And like I said, do you really want to bring your family through that?
No.
Okay. And do you really want to sit through a trial and have Nia up there on the stand being...
No. I really don't want a felony though.
I mean... If the evidence is all here and it's beyond reasonable doubt, and then we have your statements here that don't reflect any of that, then what do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. No. Am I gonna get charged? Am I gonna get charged?
You're going to get charged. You're going to be booked on your warrants in addition to a new charge for duty.
Oh.
Okay. And it's an investigative hold because...
How long is that?
Depends on how much we ask for bail. We got to look at the totality of the circumstances of the call for last night, the people who were put in danger, okay? And the reason we have investigative holds and people are kept in jail because we have to further the investigation. I have to go back and contact all of the witnesses you told me about. Okay? I have to recontact all of the people who I contacted this morning and have them once again tell me what they've stated, which conflicts with what you're stating, right? I still have to go talk to the witness who has video of a backyard where a person was trying to hide under. I just got this from the officer, but like I said, in my investigating with video surveillance equipment, you know, the video is not perfect. The stuff in the movies that they show, when it has like your facial, that really has that, but things like clothing and shoes pick up.
Yeah.
And people with unique shoe patterns, we can find only there's a footprint in the area. And those are the things that we have to go on injuries. So that has to go through all that. Then once we get all that documentation, right, and everything, that's submitted to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor figures out the final charge or not. Then you get your defense attorney, and then everything figures out if we're going to go to trial or not, right?
Yeah.
And have you been to trial before? Have you been convicted of a misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a little bit of a misdemeanor record.
You know, I know you don't want a felony. Nobody wants felonies, right? Nobody wants to cross that line.
I don't want to be a convicted felon.
Right. But sometimes you gotta figure out the reality of things, right? And wouldn't it be, if you want to figure out the reality of this is a felony, and I should tell the truth on that. Yeah. Don't you think when it goes to court, they can have these two things plus you telling the truth? Because that's all I want.
But still, then, I'm still screwed.
Well, what do you think if it were to go to trial, if, in fact, and they see someone who, like I said, as far as the false statements and everything, before we put that behind us, right, and decides to say, you know, here's what happened. Like I said, people have a lot more respect for that than...
Which cops were chasing you last night?
Sergeant Harris.
Oh, I know him.
Huh?
I know him.
You know him?
He thinks he was chasing me. Harris thinks that he's chasing me.
Everything came about afterwards.
But you found out eventually that he thought that they figured out it was me or whatever. Harris.
He was the pursuit officer in it. Yes.
Yeah. I like him. I was friends with his son when we were younger.
Oh yeah. So where do you want to go with this then? I mean, do you want to put your family and your girlfriend in this position, or do you want to? I mean, we're gonna go to your mom and she's gonna tell me that you were asleep in bed all night long.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. She should. She should.
What about the statements that your grandpa made? You think he's going to recant on all that?
I hope so.
That's 2 people now we're helping.
And Nia.
That's 3 people. Melissa. That's 4 people. That's a lot. That's like, I mean, that's not like, hey, we got just one person over there, just On my back, man.
Yeah, you got 4.
You got 4. And one who's looking at actual criminal charges.
Who?
Nia.
How?
She said, I wrote a statement. You know what it says underneath? At the bottom, underneath you said? I do hereby attest under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Washington. You can't get more clear than that. And then you signed it. And that was all audio, video recorded. And that was all signed.
Do you guys all wear those now?
Yeah. That's why this really helps us. I mean, I'm just telling you the facts as I've seen them so far. I was dead asleep in my bed last night at 11 o'clock. I mean, dead. I had a rough, long couple days. And I got woke up for this, but I was in no condition to get out.
They woke you up for this?
Yeah, 11 o'clock in the morning. They called in everybody. Because it was pretty serious stuff going on. So, like I said, all I know is from what I got this morning, for everything in this morning, including what Nia said, what your grandfather said.
How long were they chasing him? Or me, or whatever?
A while.
And then they just got out and ran on foot? Got away?
Obviously, they got away last night because nobody's in jail this morning for...
On Skagit Breaking, it said someone got caught. But that's probably just bullshit. That's just Facebook.
Yeah, can't attest to that. So, once again, where do you want to go with this?
I don't know. Home? I want to go home.
I know it's home, but I'm saying for the long run on this. I know you don't want a felony. I've talked to people who've never had a felony before. You already got a possession charge in your pocket, so you've crossed that line.
So I'm going to get charged with possession now, too, if that's a felony?
Yeah, that's a felony.
Fuck, dude.
So, we had search incident to arrest, baggie with white crystal powders in it. Okay.
I'm fucked. I don't know what to say. How long till I get to go to jail?
Gotta process some stuff. I gotta test that powder that was in the Ziploc that was in your person. Gotta type up everything of your statements from today, of what the grandfather said, of what I gotta type out what Nia told police yesterday. So it might be another hour or two, I guess. We can get you some water or something if you want.
Yeah, I'm thirsty as hell.
Okay. So, which way do you want to go with this thing? You just gonna you were at your mom's house yesterday after work until this morning when Bia picked you up. You were not in that vehicle. Do you know anything about? And you said the only firearm you have is a .22 rifle, and that's at your house. And that's everything. Yes.
So I'm gonna have to get rid of that now, huh?
Huh?
So I'm gonna have to get rid of that because I'm a felon. Huh? It's fucking stupid. And there's no way they can drop felonies down to something?
They can. I can't. I'm telling you right now, I can't make promises or anything. But what do you think prosecutors are going to be more willing to work with somebody? Somebody who just told us all this and then I have to go do all these other charges? Or somebody who said, all right, here's what really happened. That's what they have to weigh. Because once again, that's on them. I can't make promises or anything. But
I just wish I could see some of the other statements.
you will. You will. But not today. So. And the reason for that, and the reason for investigative holds, is we get all of this stuff together. And that's where usually more so that the truth can't be manipulated. You can't recontact people. You can't call people and say, hey, this is what really happened. This is how this did. This is how that did. You know, you're not a bad guy. You're not doing anything. I haven't met you before, you know?
Yeah, I worked and shit.
And you got a job?
Dude.
So I'll just, this will be my last chance to talk to you about this concerning of, you want to go with this statement that you said that you were at your house? You're nodding yes?
Yeah.
You last had that car at your grandfather's house on Sunday at 4 o'clock. And that phone, which was, to the best of your knowledge, left in that car, was not operated by you.
Yes.
Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah. Looks like bullshit. Sounds like bullshit.
You want me to go recontact Melissa, your grandpa, your mom?
No. I don't know what the fuck to do.
I know you're in a bind, okay? I know that, like I said, you're looking at all this in front of you. It's hard, but I don't know if you really want to put your grandfather and your mom and Melissa and Mia through all this.
I don't know. Looks like fucking being in trouble. No, say, started crying like a little bitch.
Huh?
So sorry.
That's alright. You have 2 minutes. Was it just speeding? Was that the reason for running away? Did you think the cops were looking for you?
What do you mean? Say that again?
Let's just say hypothetically, okay? You're already saying that you had nothing to do, you don't know anything about gunshots from last night, okay? Don't worry about, we didn't have, what we were thinking we were dealing with yesterday was a drive-by, okay? That's what, well, that when you hear shots fired, and then vehicles speeding away, and then somebody's chasing the vehicle. What are we thinking, right?
Yeah.
We have to put all this together, okay? Right now, I don't think we're dealing with a drive-by, right?
No, of course, dealing with a coincidence, surely.
That's what happens. Some people are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay? So as far as the shots fired, I don't see that in there. That's not going to be a gun in that car. Has there ever been a gun in that car?
I don't think so.
Okay. So the search warrant we're getting for is basically physical evidence of the driver. So back to what you were talking about, if we're, this again hypothetical, if somebody's chasing and it just happened to be for speeding, that's not as bad as somebody trying to elude from a serious crime, right?
Yeah.
So if you can give me a better picture of what really happened last night.
I just don't know what to say. I don't want to fuck myself over.
This whole alibi thing and throwing your family on the stand, you're doing more than just fucking yourself over. Okay? The truth always comes out, and when the truth comes out and the person acknowledges the truth and tells the whole, hey, this is what happened, I did this, I did that, I did that. When the truth all comes out, people are a lot more understanding. If you stick to your guns on it and say, hell no, I wasn't in that car, I was at my mom's house, and then they throw one person on the stand, two people on the stand, three people on the stand, four people on the stand. Run video, here's the clothes, here's the DNA. Defense attorney can say things like, yeah, it's his car, so his DNA is supposed to be in there. I know that. The jury knows that. Okay, somebody could have worn gloves. Yes, of course. That would have completely understanding. That's part of what I have to say is he owned the car. It wasn't in his name, but he was the one driving it before. So I can't definitively say that you were in that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. But all the other evidence, including the statements by Nia, point to it. Right? So that's where we're at.
What did Nia say?
It's on the phones. It's going to be what she said. But I don't think you want her to have to recant, tell false statements. You want her to do that. She's already looking at possibly, well, with the baggie in the front seat, I'm going to have to send that to the lab anyway for latent prints. You understand with a bag. How do you usually close the Ziploc bags?
Can I say it again?
How do you usually close the Ziploc bags when you...
With your fingers?
Yeah, but you hold it here, zip it at the top, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So we pick up the bag with gloves, you've got a pretty good idea of what latent prints might be.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, once again, the bag in your pocket.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. So where do you want to go with this? Do you really want to go with all that? Or do you want to tell the truth about what happened last night?
Man, I'm screwed. Either way, I'm fucked.
Well, sticking to something that's not the truth is totally fucked, right?
Is it just felony elude?
Felony elude. For what I understand at this point, okay? I have to read the whole reports and everything else, but it's just eluding. We have, patrol cars have GPS on them. They know how fast and routes and everything.
What do you mean routes?
Like which way you went.
Oh, okay.
You can just go put it up on the screen. okay, went this way, there's these coordinates, and this way, and you know what I mean? That's what they have in patrol cars now, because we have the patrol cars listed over here on 2nd Street, and, you know, on 3rd Street, and Sterling or whatever.
Were all the cops looking for me? Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And they have drones or something now, I heard? What are those?
Those flying things go about
It's weird.
with the camera.
They didn't see anything with that camera?
Obviously, we didn't get anybody in custody. We still have to, once again, we have the footage of it. So, you keep the footage because you're relying on a human to try and track, but maybe there was something on the screen that he didn't see, somebody jumping the fence or something like that. All this has to be reviewed. We're working on a crime that occurred last night, so a lot of times stuff comes in after the fact. Just like the phones, we have to get search warrants for the phone, send that to the lab. They extract all the text messages, when calls were made, when calls were received, who was called, how long were calls made for. Right?
Yeah.
So you see how this doesn't jive at all with what your statements are from Sunday to this morning. So, what do you want to do with this?
I don't know, sir.
Want to stick with this statement? Like I said, I have a pretty good idea what the truth is. When somebody tells me the truth, I completely respect them for it. If somebody sticks to a lie, I understand why some people lie. I understand people don't want to tell the truth. And I'm understanding of it because I'm a cop. How many people lie to cops on average?
A lot.
A lot. Even the most, I go on a traffic stop and I catch somebody with their cell phone, blah, 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 and it's just like soccer mom, you know? Pull them over. I'm Detective Hannawalt, the reason I pulled you over, you're talking on your cell phone. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this is a nice lady, 3 kids, a mortgage, has insurance, everything in place, and wasn't me.
Yeah.
I can't take that to, my whole life, you know, my whole time in law enforcement. I don't hold anyone, I understand. But when you confront them with it and they tell the truth, guess what? My respect for them goes up that much more. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Some people have to wind up owning up to something and saying, just like you said, I fucked up. You know? I'm fucked. And so, like I said, when it comes down to this and all the people we gotta bring forward to show you were in that car, then they look at you and they say, wow, this was a complete BS statement. Then he's put his grandfather, got put the guy's grandfather on the stand, got pick his own mother on the stand. You know, the only people I can't put on the stand is your wife, but you're not married, right? Nia, I could charge her with false statements. So then they look at this and he made her recant her story. She gets a misdemeanor, a solid misdemeanor for obstruction. Do you want to go through all that? Or just tell me what happened? Tell me something that is more logical than leaving your car on Sunday, walking home.
And then what? Like, they tell you something else, then what?
Tell me what happened. Just tell me something that's more plausible, because this doesn't sound plausible in any way, shape, or form.
I wish I knew if it was going to be better. I wish I knew if it was going to be better.
You think it'd be worse?
I don't know.
Do you think it would be worse?
What? Saying.
Telling me the truth. You think you'd be worse off and have less chance of getting up?
Kind of.
Why do you think it would be worse?
Because then it's just like, oh, I did it, you know what I mean? Then you guys can do whatever.
Well, even if you say, if you just told me, oh, I did it, I can't just brace that. You never do that. You tell me everything from when it happened, then it's more believable than what. I'm not here talking to you for this long and for discussing this. And I tell you what, Riley, I truly, truly care about you because I don't want you to have to go through all this and then dragging your family through it and then seeing all that happens. I look to the future more. I know sitting here, it seems like there's no future, but there is a future for you, okay? Even if you do get a felony. I know plenty of guys who crossed that line for felony, and that was the snap. That was the thing that was like,
Yeah.
I gotta clean up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
And part of that is accepting responsibility, telling the truth, and coming forward. You know, I could go back to when I was just running traffic and patrol and everything else, you know. You'll pull somebody over, you run them, and it comes back, convicted felon, blah, 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 blah. And you see the guy, he's clean cut, he's got a clear and current license, he's got insurance. He's like, sorry, officer, I was just going to work. I'm a little late and I'm speeding. This is a convicted felon telling me the truth, being more truthful and more honest than the soccer mom on the cell phone.
Yeah.
And you know what I do? Just be careful. You're going to be late for work if you have an accident, right? And then let them move on. Everyone deserves a break at some time, you know. Not for your big, serious, crazy things that I don't want to do, but I'm talking about eluding, possession, you know. And some people, yeah, they do go to prison for years, but some people learn from that, and that was their thing. Some people just get in the conviction, that's where it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you gotta look into yourself and say, is this the way I want to keep going? And are these the people's lives that I want to affect? And that's why I'm letting you know, it's going to be tough going on if you're just willing to put your dad or grandpa on a boat along with your mom, Mia, and Melissa and say, see ya, I'm sending you down the river. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where you're at this point. You're right. It's not a good situation. And I'm not saying telling the truth makes everything rainbows and violets, but in the long run, it's something that's not going to eat at you. Because I don't think you want to do that to your family right now. I don't think you want me to go to your mom and have her lie for you, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the choice you want to make then?
Fuck. I don't know.
Did you really go to work yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just work on that then. You really went to work yesterday.
Yeah.
And they dropped you off where?
At my mom's at 3:30 or 4. That's the truth.
That's the truth. So let's just work on that and go forward on what really happened yesterday.
Can I get some water?
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, that's okay.
This is taking forever.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Well, let's just take this with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just mark the time. I'm supposed to.
What time is
It's
it?
11:59 right now. So, we just get a cup of water, okay?
Thank you very much. Oh, dude, I'm in fucking jail. Smells fast.
Here we go.
I'm not trying to be picky, but that's like piss warm.
Oh, you want a cold water?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll drink this till I'm thirsty.
Okay. I need enough water. So, you got home. Who was it who drove you home yesterday?
Jim Little, he's like the boss.
Okay. What happened after that?
I got home, and the day before I had already made plans with Nia to go to, do you know what Farrell's is? It's like a wrecking yard.
Okay, yeah.
Because I really do, that car is overheating, where it was. So she drove me to, Farrell's, and I got the radiator, and then I put it in. It was getting dark. Then it ended up leaking. It was a piece of shit. It was all packed up. I was gonna take it back if I'm out of jail now. And then so I took out the one I just put in and put the fans back on my old one. That was crappy too. And just put it back in and tried like some stop leak stuff. And then because it's all happening at Nia's right now while I'm working on it. So then I did the stop leak and then burped it and all that. And I just went down the road and test drove it. And I was coming back. And I was kind of speeding a little bit. And the speed limit's 25 or whatever on Fidalgo, I think. And I had to have been going probably 35 or 40.
Okay.
And there was a cop. And I was like, fuck. So then I turned. Well, after I sped up even more after I seen the cop for some fucking dumb reason.
Okay.
I figured I could just get back home before he even, you know what I mean? Because I don't have a license.
Okay.
And I have fucking stupid little horns. Then you know Nia's Alley, the end we were on?
Yeah, the Nia's Alley, the alley behind Nia's.
Yeah.
And
you know the end we were?
5th Street?
Yeah. I was on the other side, and I was going to turn into the alley, but there was another cop pulling out of the alley, where I was like, damn. So then I went straight and went to the stop sign and turned left, and then, not the one from the alley, but the other one turned his lights on and started going after me.
Okay. And then where were you at when you saw the lights go on?
I was on, I don't know what street that is, but it's Main Street, right by Nia's. Not Fidalgo, but the next one.
Oh, Sterling? Is it up from there?
No, it's like, okay, like let's say you come from, you know, tennis courts at the high school? What's that road?
Oh, that's Jameson.
Yeah, it goes all the way down.
Yeah, that's Jameson.
I turned left on Jameson.
Okay.
And then he turned his lights on, and then I turned back on to like 5th or whatever. And then, yeah.
So you saw the lights, did you hear anything?
What do you mean, like sirens?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, no, I didn't hear sirens.
You didn't hear sirens. Which way did you turn then?
I turned on the 5th.
Okay. How far down 5th did you go?
All the way till it was the end.
And then what'd you do?
I think I went right.
Okay. And then what happened?
Just cruising.
You were just cruising? Was it?
Well, not just cruising, but fucking running from the cops.
Yeah, running from the cops. How many times did you turn? And
a whole bunch.
A whole bunch. Did you see more than one cop?
It seemed like only one was staying on me.
Okay, only one was staying on you. Where did you?
Where?
Yeah.
You know where? No, I'm just.
But you guys tell me, that's why.
On the alley.
Okay. Where was that at the alley?
Where we're at on the alley? Past Nia's a little tiny bit, I think.
And then where'd you go?
Through the yard, across the street, there was a bunch of yards. And I ended up down by, you know where Arts used to be? Auto wrecking?
Yeah. Down on 3rd?
Yeah, I ended up.
Way down there.
I ended up fucking down there somehow.
Okay.
And then I cut through this field thing and I ended up in a cornfield.
Okay.
Crawled through that. And then ended up in another cornfield. Eventually got to my grandpa's.
Okay. Where'd you stay at your grandpa's?
That's where I stayed?
Yeah.
Well, by this time it was like almost 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
Yeah, where'd you go?
Because I didn't tell Melissa anything, so I just had her drive me to my mom's. Because I was going to go to work today, but then I chickened out because I didn't want to get arrested at work.
Okay. So you didn't tell Melissa about this, but she saw you last night and took you to your mom's?
Yeah, but she didn't know I had ran from the cops.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to hurt her. If she doesn't know, she can't get in trouble for driving. You know what I mean?
No, well, I'm not trying to make people an accomplice. So I just had to talk to her, and she said, yeah, he was here.
But you were. I just didn't tell her because then she can't get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Right.
She doesn't know.
So you were working on the car at Melissa's house with...
no, I was working at...
I'm not Melissa's, I mean Nia's house. Nia's place. Just in the driveway there?
Right where her Honda was parked today.
Okay. And changing out radiators.
Yeah.
And you were just test driving it? That's right.
See if it'd get hot, yeah.
See if it get hot.
That's why I was kind of getting on it, just make it get warm.
Okay. That makes sense. How do you feel now?
Fucked. Feel like a felon? No.
You know, your grandpa's gonna feel a lot better about this knowing that he doesn't have to. I can say he fessed up, right? Melissa is gonna feel a lot better about this, right?
Yes.
You're a better person, okay? It's always better to get this, to tell the truth, right?
Sorry for lying, I just fucking...
I understand completely. It's a hard, and especially if you already crossed that bridge, but I don't burn them. I don't judge people on that, right? I give you a chance to come back to reality, and you're closer to reality right now, right?
Yes.
No, you are, okay? I'm not a bar taking your clothes, okay?
No, I know. Oh yeah, there's no point now.
Yeah.
These are the same ones anyways.
They weren't? Well, you weren't yesterday.
Blue Carhartt vans.
Okay.
Different sweatshirt.
Oh, okay. Same shoes? No. Okay. I'll give you those. So.
That's why I wanted to keep lying, because then maybe that would have helped.
Well, so, this may sell a lot easier on me, I'll tell you that, okay?
I hope so.
I
love her.
don't want to have to put people down through. Somebody knows the truth, they should tell us the truth. Okay. Did you see anybody else on the streets or anything? Was there any pedestrian traffic when you were driving around? About what time of night was it again?
9:30ish, maybe almost 10.
Maybe almost 10. See any people out?
While I was speeding?
Yeah.
Like running from the cops?
Mm-hmm.
Cars.
Just cars.
Driving.
Just cars driving. You didn't see any bicyclists. Did you ever leave the roadway?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so you stayed on the
Besides
road.
when I stopped and got out.
You didn't see any grandmas in the roadway that you could have. No ladies with baby carriages crossing the street right in front of you.
No.
No. All right. So, is there anything else you'd like to add to this statement?
I don't really know.
Okay, do you declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Washington that this recorded statement is true and correct? In a sense of everything after what we were talking about from work yesterday, your car wasn't really, you don't have to worry about that. Everything from what you explained that happened after 4:30 yesterday up until Melissa. What time did she drive you to the your mom's house?
Like 1, maybe 2. I think it was more 1 something.
And what time did Nia come pick you up?
This morning around 7, I think.
No, 7. Did you have to call into work to tell them anything? Or did they...
No, well they showed up to pick me up and I was still sleeping because I had been up all fucking night running.
Right.
I was just told my mom's boyfriend, I was like, tell him that I'm just going to get a ride up, because I really was going to, in my head at least.
Okay.
So I haven't called him or nothing.
Okay. What's your mom's boyfriend's name?
Tim.
Huh?
Tim.
Tim? What's
Tim.
his last name?
T-I-M.
Oh, Tim. What's his last name?
Old Tree or Oakle Tree.
Okay.
Do you know Todd Old Tree?
Yeah, yeah.
That's his brother.
Okay. Okay. And then you guys went to Cockerham
This morning.
this morning. Then you fell asleep in the car because you're probably still getting tired.
Yeah, I'm so tired right now. Yeah.
Okay. And then we did that. Okay. So let's see. Starting out. This 19th day.
Are you gonna talk to Nia at all anymore? Are you gonna talk to Nia anymore?
Just let her know that you've told the truth.
Today?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Can you tell her that I love her and stuff?
I will. Okay. I'll tell her that she's off the hook as far as having to deal with this situation.
Why is she crying so much when I was sleeping with her?
I don't know. Get your signature right there.
When are you gonna go talk to her?
I'll talk to her a little bit later. I'll talk to her this afternoon. Okay, so for the record.
Did you know my dad?
No, I don't think so. This. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off then. This is about 12.